Hello everyone, and welcome back to Old Charles. Today we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins from U.S. history, the United States quarter dollar from 1983. At first glance, it may look like just another regular 25-cent piece, but trust me, there's so much history, condition factors, and collector value behind it that you'll be surprised. The Washington quarter design was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the obverse features the famous portrait of Washington, while the reverse originally carried the heraldic eagle design. The 1983 quarter belongs to the Washington quarter series that was struck between 1932 and 1998, before the famous state quarters program began in 1999. Now, here's what makes 1983 a very interesting year. Unlike many other years, there were no official mint sets released by the U.S. Mint in 1982 and 1983. That means fewer high-quality, uncirculated coins were saved. Because of this, 1,983 quarters in pristine condition are much harder to find today compared to other years. In 1983, the quarter was struck in two main mints: Philadelphia Mint ***, with no mint mark, Denver Mint ***, with a small d mint mark. Both versions are composed of a copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, weighing 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Millions of these coins were produced, but again, because there were no special collector sets, finding well-preserved ones is much tougher. Now let's talk about condition. The majority of 1983 quarters you'll find in circulation will be heavily worn, scratched, or discolored, worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, in higher grades like Mint State 63, 65, or higher, the value starts climbing because so few pristine examples exist. For example, a circulated 1983 quarter is worth 25 cents. An uncirculated MS-63 coin can bring around $5 to $10. In MS-65 condition, the value can jump to $25 to $40, and in superb gem condition, like MS-67, a 1983 quarter can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. One reason collectors prize this coin so highly is its scarcity in higher grades due to those missing mint sets from 1982 and 1983. Another reason 1983 quarters are exciting is the potential for errors and varieties. Collectors love these. Some known errors include off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse clipped planchets, and coins struck on wrong planchets. Depending on rarity, these error coins can range from $50 to several $100, especially if they are dramatic and well-preserved. Think about it. When this quarter was struck in 1983, Ronald Reagan was president, the economy was shifting, and the U.S. Mint was making millions of coins daily for commerce. Yet nobody thought to save them in perfect condition because there were no government-issued sets for collectors. This small detail changed the destiny of the 1983 quarter in today's coin market. So, the 1983 Washington quarter may look ordinary, but its story is anything but ordinary. From missing mint sets, scarcity in high grades, and the possibility of rare errors, this coin has become a true collector's gem. If you happen to find one in your pocket change, especially in great condition, don't just spend it. You might be holding a small but valuable piece of American history. The Washington quarter series began in 1932. Created to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Sculptor John Flanagan designed the portrait of Washington that appears on the obverse, and the heraldic eagle design on the reverse. This design remained on U.S. quarters from 1932 until 1998, making it one of the most recognized coins in American history. The year 1983 stands out in U.S. coinage history for a very important reason. The U.S. Mint did not issue official mint sets in 1982 and 1983. Mint sets were typically how collectors acquired pristine, uncirculated examples of coins straight from the mint. Since they were not available during these 2 years, very few 1983 quarters were preserved in high-grade condition. Most of them went directly into everyday circulation. In 1983, quarters were minted at Philadelphia Mint ***, no mint mark, and Denver Mint ***, marked with a small d. Both versions were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighed 5.67 grams and measured 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Historically, 1983 was also an era of big change in the United States. Ronald Reagan was serving his first term as president, and the U.S. economy was going through recovery after the early 1980s recession. Millions of these quarters were struck to keep up with growing demand for coinage and commerce, as cash was still the dominant way people paid for goods. Because of the lack of mint sets, the 1983 quarter became one of the more difficult modern quarters to find in gem condition. This unusual situation made the coin historically important, as it highlighted how mint production policies can directly affect the rarity and long-term value of a coin. Another interesting note from history: the 1983 quarter is part of the pre-state quarter era. This means it still carried the traditional eagle reverse design, before the U.S. Mint switched to the state quarters program in 1999, which became one of the most popular coin series ever released in America. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. For the 1983 quarter dollar, this is especially true because of the unusual situation that happened in the early 1980s. The U.S. Mint did not release any official mint sets in 1982 and 1983. That means almost all 1983 quarters went straight into everyday circulation. As a result, most examples you'll see today are heavily used, scratched, and worn down. Some coins may have survived with lighter wear, showing sharp details but still some signs of handling. These are called about uncirculated, AU, and usually fetch $1 to $3 from collectors who want better examples but don't want to pay for high grades. This is where things get exciting. A mint state, MS, coin has never been circulated. It may have minor marks from the minting and handling process, but no actual wear. Because mint sets were not issued in 1983, finding mint state coins is rare. Most were pulled directly from bank rolls by collectors at the time. MS 67 and higher ***, extremely rare and valuable, sometimes selling for hundreds of dollars at auctions. It's important to note that there were no proof quarters minted in 1983. This adds to the challenge because collectors don't have a supply of shiny, mirror-like proofs to choose from. Only circulation strikes exist. Unlike many modern quarters where mint sets and proof sets preserve thousands of high-quality examples, the 1983 quarter was almost entirely used in everyday commerce. That's why even finding one in mint state 65 or higher is considered a big deal for collectors. For the 1983 Washington quarter, condition is the key factor that determines whether it's just another pocket change coin or a small treasure. A worn example is only worth 25 cents, but a pristine, high-grade coin can sell for hundreds of dollars due to its scarcity in mint condition.